Does an artificial intelligence chat box have the ability to answer the top 4 most asked questions of vocal coaches? Let's find out. I'm Johnny May, and I've been teaching voice for about 20 years now. I'm older than what I look, and I've taught from the ages of 5 all the way up to 102 in choirs, private lessons, etc. It's been an amazing journey, and I want to see if this chat box, Chat GPT, has the ability to answer questions better than I do. So let's see. These are the 4 questions that I've been asked most over my career. By the way, I'm green, and this is what I'm working with. I'm sorry, that's all I have. Here it goes. Okay, the most asked question I have is, how do I sing higher? Let's type it in. All right, here it is. It looks like it's thinking right now. Singing higher, I'm really interested to see if it gives you any tips or does it give you any pointers of what the general idea is. Oh, here it is. There are a few things that you can try to sing higher. First, make sure you're using proper breath techniques. Yep, that's true. Diaphragms, slowly letting air out through your mouth. Yep, this helps you control your breath and support your voice. Good posture, absolutely. That gives you the best way to be able to sing the most free. Allows you more airflow, make it easier to hit higher notes. You can also try a vocal exercise to warm up your voice and improve your range. Yeah. Oh, it gives you exercises. What? To stand in front of a mirror and pretend you're trying to fog up the glass with your breath. As you exhale, open your mouth and make a ha sound, trying to direct your to the mirror. Oh, interesting. Help you practice breath control and improve your vocal range. And finally, listen to other singers who have high ranges and try to mimic. That is a great idea to mimic other people, especially if they have your type of voice. There are all types of voice where somebody maxes out at a lower range or higher range, finding whoever maxes out the way you do or goes into overdrive. That's a great way to sing higher. Interesting. Wow. There are so many good tips here in order to start somebody from the beginning, of course. Then getting more finite detail, telling people what vowel to sing or finding what their favorite vowel is, because everybody favors a different vowel and sings better on one. Also vowel morphology, changing that. Yeah. The next question that I always get is, what is the difference between falsetto and head voice? Let's see where that takes us. Okay, before this answers it, I want to say there are 3 differences out there between vocal coaches amongst alike. The biggest fight that you could start is go to some type of vocal convention and say, there are only 3 registers, and then run out the door. Then a just huge, massive fight will happen. Same with vocal coaches in this answer. Here are the 3 answers that are given the most. 1, that a male has falsetto and a female has head voice. It's wrong. Don't believe it. The second one is that falsetto is thinner and more airier and head voice is more connected. In another woman that can take her spot. It's another woman that can take her spot. The way I define it is that they're the same thing. I bet you this would define it, that falsetto and head voice are different. I say the same thing because saying that you have a chest voice and then a breathy chest voice and they're 2 different things, I don't like saying that. I like saying that you have a chest voice, you're singing with more resonance, without more resonance, or you're singing with more vocal cord closure or less vocal cord closure. Or I would like to say that you are, same with my falsetto. I want to say that you're singing above your vocal break or passaggio with connected chords, not connected chords to make it breathy, or a higher or lower larynx. That's what I like to define that as. It makes people less confused about, oh, that's falsetto. No, it's not head voice. And then fight happens that it's not intentional. You could always agree if it's breathy or whatever else. So let's see what it says. All right, let's see which one out of the 3 that I said that it chooses. I'm pretty sure it probably choose the most common, and that's falsetto as a, oh, here it goes. 2 different vocal techniques, singers to extend their range, higher notes. Yeah, sure. A light and airy sound, yup, produced by singing the muscles upper part of the vocal cords. Allows the singer to hit high notes, start straining the voice. Sure. Head voice, on the other hand, is a more powerful resonant sound. So it's saying that, oh, when, or you can tell by the way I use my walk, or you can tell by the way I... And saying the second one was head voice and the first one was falsetto. All right, the next one I get is, how do I sing in my mixed voice? Let's try that out. As it's doing this, of course, singing in your mixed voice or singing in a mix means that your chest voice and head voice are combined together. Let's see what it says. To sing in your mixed voice, you need to combine the techniques used in both your chest voice and head voice. Yep. Chest voice is lower, richer part of your range. Your head voice is higher, more breathy. Sure. But it just said that head voice can be breathy or connected up above. Okay, anyway, to sing with your mixed voice, start by warming up your vocal cords with some basic vocal exercises, then try singing a scale in your chest, starting with the low note and gradually moving up to higher notes. Yep, that's true. That's how you start to access where that would be in your passaggio or your vocal break, how to sing over it. As you reach the higher notes, allow yourself to transition smoothly into your head voice, using the muscles in the middle of your vocal cords to support the sound. And so it's saying to go to your head voice. There was a transition without the vocal break. This is with the vocal break. You hear the pop. That's my vocal break. So singing over it and blending it. and learn how to do that. That's important. To practice transition, you can use a simple exercise known as the sirens technique. Ooh, that's absolutely right. Ooh, ooh, ha, ooh, ah, chest voice, ooh, falsetto, mixed. Yeah, that's true. Sweet spot where your chest and head voice blend together seamlessly. That's true. With practice and patience, that's a really good answer. I think that most of all, that's what I would tell a beginner. Yeah, absolutely. And then finding, of course, what your favorite vowel is and what vowel morphology you're using in order to get there in the vocal slides and all the other things, of course, with a vocal coach. So I mean, so far though, like basic answers on text, great. All right, here's the next one that we're going to ask. How do I sing with my diaphragm? That's always asked. Let's see what it says. I didn't put a question mark this time. Let's see if it affects the answer. One way I like to do with this is to get the diaphragm introduced, and what it does is lie on your back and then, of course, just have you breathe naturally. That's your diaphragm moving, so you don't take chest breaths. To sing with your diaphragm, you need to use proper breathing technique. Yep, your diaphragm is a large muscle located at the bottom of your rib cage, and it plays a role in a supporting voice. Yep. To sing with your diaphragm, start by standing or sitting straight up and taking a deep breath through your nose. Sometimes that can go in your chest, though. As you inhale, allow your belly to expand outward and your rib cage to open up. Yes, that's so important. A lot of people talk about the belly moving. The rib cage expanding as well is important. Next, exhale slowly and move through your mouth, allowing your airflow into a steady stream. As you exhale, your diaphragm control your air support through your voice. Sure, yeah, you should feel the diaphragm pushing downward as you exhale. Yeah, like a feeling of that. That's right. And this will help you create a stronger, more resonant sound. The practice, you should be able to use your diaphragm to support your voice and improve your singing. Remember to take deep breaths and use your... Okay, but remember also, 2 deep breaths. When you blow up a balloon, for example, and it gets bigger, the more air that's in that balloon, the more air that's going to want to escape. So you want to make sure that you take the appropriate amount of breath also to be able to sing longer. Yeah. Okay. There it is. Those are great questions. Do we even need vocal coaches anymore? I don't even know. These are great. Now I want to ask one more question. What is the fastest way to memorize a song? Let's ask something that's less generic. Little bonus one here. As this is thinking, I have my method of learning, and if you want to know what that is, go ahead and feel free to look in the description. Again, I'll answer any of these questions. If you have any ideas or if you experienced any really cool answers, put them also in the chat or feel free to use this as the community. I will answer anybody asking things. And it looks like it's listening things. All right, listen to the song and try to get a sense of overall melody and rhythm. Pay attention to the lyrics and understand the meaning of the song. Sure, that can help the believability of it. But what about the lyrics? Break the song down into smaller sections such as verses, chorus, and bridges. Yes, if you know it's verse, pre-chorus, chorus, verse, pre-chorus, chorus, bridge, chorus, chorus, and you're out. That's a really good way. And then the second chorus, it goes crazy and you start riffing or whatever else. Yeah, that's absolutely great. As you practice each second, pay attention to the detail of the melody and rhythm. Yeah, does it change a little bit? Usually the verses are the same, of course, in pitch. And usually they add some extra harmony in the second verse to just beef it up a little bit. Just different words. The choruses are the same, and the bridge has just a different section. Use a metronome or backing track to help you keep this stay on time and track. Backing track, yes. Metronome, you don't really have to. You can this will help you stay focused and stay on tempo as you practice. I mean, if it's very important to stay at a certain tempo to learn, because practice makes habits, not perfect, right? Once you have mastered each section of the song, put the whole song together and practice it from start to finish. Pay attention to the transition between the different... Yeah, this is a pretty good way. Repetition is what we want. Practice dedication, you should be able to learn the song quickly and perform it with confidence. If you want to know how I like to teach my singers, from choirs learning parts or just a song in general, you can take a look at a video up here. We'll post one. Anyway, I'm Johnny May. Post something in the comments if you want about your experience with this, or if you have somebody else who answered these questions better than this chat box, put it in the comments. Let us know what vocal coach is working with you and helping you out. That's so important. If you have advice, give that too. Wow, artificial intelligence can answer questions. I'm Johnny May. Find a way to sing. As always, you're awesome.